All right, welcome to Ghosted and Toasted, the podcast where we try to put a little humor in this crazy world of dating. So, what I thought I would do today is instead of doing one big long story, I would just go through a couple of the shorter ones that were sent on the website and just read those. The first one, it says, I was talking to a guy and we were going to go out. I asked him many questions about if he knew my ex since we lived in a small town. He told me no and all this BS. Turns out this dude was married to my ex's mom and they had a kid together, which is my ex's brother. And she says, men are horrible. He knew who I was. He would see me around when he came to pick up his son. I never met him or paid attention to him, obviously. So yeah, that's pretty crazy. That's too close for comfort. All right, the second one. So after my divorce in 2014, about a year later, I joined Match.com to see if I could find love again. I had a date with this guy who sounded nice and pretty normal in the messages that we exchanged. We decided to meet at the Riverwalk downtown to stroll about the Savannah River. We laughed and we chatted, and it was drawing close to the end of the evening, and I told him I had to go home. He said, let me follow you. That kind of creeped me out, and I said no, but he insisted. So we arrived at my house, and I gave him a hug goodbye, but he was expecting a kiss goodbye and or an invitation into my household. Thinking to myself at this point, is this guy flipping crazy? I just met him online and he wants to come in my house? No way. However, he barged past me and entered my home and asked where my back master bedroom was. I told him in a fun way, I'm going to tell you right now, get out of my house. When I told him to get out, he acted surprised. Eventually, he left. Thank God. So this is why you never let anybody go to your house, especially the first time you're meeting them. They could be completely normal in messages, but be a serial killer. You never know. Don't ever do that. Don't ever let anybody into your house. And that was in like 2015. So things have been crazy in the dating world for a long time. All right. And then this is just a short one about something that aggravated a guy. So a blind date was set up by a fellow shipmate in Philadelphia. We went to Franklin Park, and while sitting on a bench, she would bend down and untie my shoes and laugh. This happened 3 times, and I decided I had enough, so I took her home. I told my buddy I wasn't happy with the date or him. So some people are just immature, and I guess they think aggravating you is cute. Maybe when you're like 10 or 11, but not when you're an adult. So I would have taken them home too. So, but that's a few of the shorter ones that were sent to me. The next one I'm going to do, I'm not sure if I'm going to just like get together with a couple people and record it, or if I'm just going to do it live, kind of virtual. I got to figure that out. But until then, don't ignore the red flags.